hate even thinking about it. I enjoy my job, but what is it the one thing that I don't like talking about? I don't want to go back to that, but we're going to have to for this. Now.
I just don't like tests.
Yeah, me either.
I don't like
I do
any of
not.
it.
You love tests? Good. I hope you make a
I
nice,
love everything else
nice,
about
nice
I don't like
test,
the
and
mild
Mary has
test.
a little test, little quizzes. So that'll be nice.
I don't like it. Thank you for not giving us a test tomorrow.
Yeah, oh, that's so nice. Yeah, it's got an illustration. Nice. Now, so the thing is, you participate in this too, Mr. Johnson, Isaiah. Things that you hate about school, things that you hate about tests. What is that one thing that you probably hate that you have to do before a test? You have to do what? You have to study a lot or a little? A lot, yes.
Memorize something.
Memorize stuff. Study for the test.
I love studying. I just hate tests in general. It always makes me nervous, and I hate when I get C's because then it drops my grade down, and I love being funny.
Beautifully. So that's interesting though. What else? What do you not like about having to take a test?
I don't like when I take a test, I just read it, but I don't know any of the answer. But like, I know it, but I can't write it down.
Yes. Oh, you know, but you can't.
Yeah, write it down.
Yes.
I don't like studying because if I study and I go and we're taking the test right now, I just forget everything.
Yeah.
Everything before the test and the test. So learning it, studying for it, memorizing it, and taking the test.
True. Yes.
Pop quizzes.
Oh,
no! Not a pop quiz!
Everybody but yourself.
I will die if you ever do this.
Yeah, you guys pop quiz. So, but what I'd like to say is this. You know tests are important, right? They are important. Why, tell me, why is a test important? Yeah.
It determines what your grades are supposed to be.
That's true.
It like helps you, like if you didn't study that thing and you get like an answer right but you don't know it, like now you know that answer.
Yeah.
Exactly what I was saying. It can tell you what you know about this subject.
I like that. It tells you what you know about this subject. And if you don't do well on a test, what do you know you have to do that you're probably not going to want to do?
Study, learn.
Study, learn, yeah. Now, I think this is great. So I have a question here. What I want you to do is this. What I would rather do than homework. All the things. Now, I don't know about you, but I am the king of procrastination. I can find for example, there are days when I got to mow the lawn. I dread mowing the lawn. I like what it looks like when I'm done, and it looks all the same size. It's all trimmed nice. Oh man, I just go across the street. I look across the street from the park. I'll go out there and I'll look at the house. I'll look at the lawn. I'll go, man, that does look. I got these like nice rose bushes. The rose bushes are trimmed. The grass is all cut nicely. I got a gate here. I cut it's like some sort of ice plant. I make sure it's all nice cut. I just look at it and I say, oh, that's but I hate having to do it. But I see the results. And the mosquito bites sometimes. So, but what I'm able to do is I'm saying, well, you know what? Gosh, I really should watch Fox News. I should see what's going on with the hearing. Oh, you know what? I really should just sit down and relax because I'm tired. Yeah. Or no, I need to play Tiny Troopers. Oh yeah, I really should do Tiny Troopers. Yeah, that game's good. I almost got like 1.5 million points. Yeah, if I get 1.5 million points, I can buy more supplies and I gotta play that game. Oh, there's a song I really should listen to. I need to play it over at church or something like that. Or not church, but what the other thing I do. Yeah, I need to get ready for it. So I'll just sit down and then what do I end up doing?
Procrastinating?
And? Nothing. Yeah, nothing. Because once I sit on that couch, like the guitar's on this, like I'll just watch this. I'll play Tiny Troopers. Oh yeah. I'll watch Fox News. I'll watch this. I end up doing nothing. Then what happens? The sun what? Starts going down. And then what am I thinking? Oh, I really should get out there and do this, man. But now what's my excuse?
It's too late.
It's too late. Oh, dang it, I really want to. It's too late. It's getting too dark now. The mosquitoes are out. I'm going to get bit now. This ain't going to work. Oh, I'm lying down. Oh, I'm getting kind of sleepy. Hey, but at least I'm not falling asleep. I'll be productive. I'll make my dinner. I'll do something. But I'm procrastinating. And what is not getting done?
Work.
The work that I said I needed to do, my lawn. Well, what I want to ask you, because you know tests are good, and that's your task. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'll give you 1 minute, and I want you to easy, back.
They're excited.
And what I want you to do is write down big letters, not little letters. Big letters, all the things that you would rather back, the things that you do instead of the homework. The things you say back. I'm not done. Oh my gosh. Back. I think this was a Mariah Carey concert. I'm like blocking the doorway to get to the stadium. Now, all the things that you say, I'll do this instead of your homework. Go. Hurry, you got 1 minute. You can just write a single word, a phrase, whatever you want. Just put those. You have like 45 seconds. Is that your phone in the side? Is that your dishes?
It's trash.
Oh man, yeah. I'm starting to trash the dishes and I'm wanting it seems like the right dish with this clean the pans. Yeah, it's Okay, you have like 25 seconds
You
left.
have to
20
learn
seconds.
fast writing and good writing in Miss Jacobs' class. When you have to take a 20-minute test, you write 12 paragraphs, nice paragraphs in this small little card.
Professional.
No, little card, like this big, like really small. And you have to have all of the 17 chapters.
Who's bullying their ball?
Okay, next. Next.
Okay. Oh,
The next
I know.
the next thing is this. When your parents tell you to do something, when they say, you know what, okay, I want you to do this so we can go to Disney. I want you to do this so we can go to the park. I want you to do this so that way we can go somewhere, go to the mall, whatever the case may be. I want you to just write the name of that activity. One word, the name of that activity. Go.
Okay.
The name of that activity. Would you say, this is what I'm going to do instead of? Soccer, sports, whatever the case may be.
Can I say things that we
Thanks. You got the birthday.
Would you rather do homework or change a baby's poopy diaper?
I do that every day.
It dies in 7 years anyway. I do that anyways every day. Not who are you? And get pooped on and peed on.
Productive.
Vomited on.
Okay, 10 seconds and that's it.
I've been pooped and peed on. Five babies. 5 different babies in my life. In my life, including myself.
Thank you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Well, that was on the page.
2, and 1. Now, we're going to come back to this after the bit. We'll go over it right now, and then we're going to come back. Okay. So instead of doing my homework, I would rather listen to music or take care of the kids and do my what?
Did my mom take care? Clean.
Clean baby's diaper.
Clean baby's diaper and let him poop and pee on me. And
On
bark.
you?
And bark. He
Okay.
always has leaks.
A leaky baby. Take him back and get him like a leaky. Hey, this is
No.
leaks.
No.
Musical instruments. Was that you?
That was me.
Oh, musical listen to music, annoy my dog, and read. Does that happen at the same time, or? Are you like,
I could definitely.
you're like,
I could definitely do that.
killing
But the dog's amazing.
Okay, what about messing with my guinea pig? Who wrote that?
Same person.
Oh my. Pick on somebody your own size. That's like totally
Keep that
Okay, put them in a little ball and roll them on the roll away, wild guinea pig. Be gone. Okay, dance, sing. I will rather do some exercise or learn Korean. That sounds kind of productive.
Do my choice.
Do my turn.
Wait, did she write that?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, you'd rather do your choice. Do you think this is funny to
Do
do?
anything that is funny to you.
Sing and play with the babyest video games? Like what?
And video games.
Okay, like what are the babyest video games?
No, play with babies and play video
Oh,
games.
that's a plus. Okay, basketball and video games. Okay, IB. I like that. Now, okay, so these are the things that we would rather do than doing what we know we should do, right? Agreed? Like, instead of doing what we're supposed to do, we would rather do these things. We choose to do these things instead of what we should do. Now, we're going to leave that there for a second. Now, do you guys know the Ten Commandments?
I know some. I know.
I think I know one.
Okay, well, they're all summed up with two. There are actually 613 laws. I don't expect you to know them all. The Decalogue is 10, shows our relationship with God and our relationship with people. Okay, they're like do's and don'ts. And they're all good for us to do. But if you have to sum them up, it's much easier. And that's what Jesus did. Let's look at, first of all, let's look at Exodus 20, verse 3. Let's look at Exodus 20. Page 93. What page?
93.
Page 93. Okay, now, let's read this. We'll just start from verse 1. Now, this is what God says. And these are our guidelines. These are like what we could read, what we know, so that we can say, this is what I should not do. And it seems like, hey, this is really easy. This isn't difficult. We're going to look at a couple here. Let's look at chapter 20, verse 1. Who spoke these words, first of all?
God.
Right. Just anybody? No. It's who?
Our Father.
Our Creator, our Father, right? God spoke these words. It wasn't Confucius, it wasn't the Buddha, it wasn't some guy down the street. It was God that said this. And he said, and God spoke all these words, and he said, I am the what?
Lord.
Your
God.
who brought you out of
Egypt.
and out of the land of slavery. If you've never read Genesis and Exodus, I totally, highly, super recommend it. Some people say, oh yeah, you got to start with the book of John. Oh, okay, that's fine, but you know what? If you want to know the whole story, start from the beginning. Anyways, he says, you shall have no other what?
God.
Before
Me.
One more time. You shall have no other what?
Gods.
Before
Me.
That's it. You shall have no other gods before who?
Me.
You?
Him.
Him. Who's him?
God.
God. Nobody comes and should come between you and him. That's the basis of that relationship. Nothing. Don't let anything come between you and him. That's what he wants. How can you fall in love with someone if you don't spend time with them? I don't know about your parents, but I bet if you ask your parents before they got married, what do you think was going on in that relationship? What do you think that your dad was saying to your mom all the time? Those three famous words. Those three things, he was probably saying all that, and your mom, she was probably saying the same thing. Your stepmom, stepdad, whoever, they're probably saying, because everybody says it. That was what, everybody, 1, 2, 3?
I love you!
Yeah.
Well, not IOH.
And what they did is they spent time together. They were looking at each other. They were talking to each other.
Another thing
They
we
were-
should not mention.
But so there's no need to even say that. Okay? They were looking at each other, holding hands. They were talking about each other's day. They were spending time with each other. Nobody could have come in between them because that was that relationship that they wanted and that they both wanted to develop. Whether it was chemistry, whether it was love at first sight, whatever the case may be, that was the relationship that they chose to have. Because anybody could say, oh, you love me? Yeah, so what? I don't love you too bad. Sorry. Have a good day. Bye. Don't bug me anymore. Block you. It happens. But the choice to love happened. Now, the first thing he says, you shall have no other gods before me. Let's turn to Matthew 22.
Page 1211.
Stand there.
Page what? 1211.
Matthew 22, let's look at verse 34, starting with verse 34. Now, a lot of people hated Jesus. Why? Because he was kind of countercultural. When a lot of people said, this is how you show your love for God, Jesus would say, no, that's not how you show your love for me. It's with actions from your heart. He even said, the true worshipers of God will worship in spirit and in truth. A whole different way of demonstrating love for the Lord. A spiritual way where you have to be recreated to be able to do that. So anyways, the religious leaders did not like Jesus. They were always trying to find, after a while, a way to kill him because everybody wants what?
Power.
Power. They didn't want to lose their power over the people. They couldn't figure out a way to stump Jesus to get people to turn away from him, to turn against him. So anyways, on one occasion, let's read this here. We'll start with verse 34. Hearing that Jesus had silenced the Sadducees, the Pharisees got together. Okay. One of them, an expert in the what?
Law.
Okay. And that would have been the law of Moses. The Ten Commandments and all those other laws. And more laws that they had even created. More laws that they had created. Which instead of bringing people closer to God, pushed them even farther away. One of them, an expert in the law, tested him with this what?
Question.
He was trying to trap Jesus. And what I so enjoy, I don't know if you guys spend time reading God's Word, but Jesus was like invincible. They tried so many times to catch him in something, and he always had the greatest answer. And then they were stumped. And at one point, they even said, nobody tried to say anything to him again because they just couldn't catch him in anything. Now, one of them, an expert in the law, tested him with this question. Teacher, let's read this together. Teacher, which is the greatest commandment in the law? What's the greatest commandment? They're trying to catch him. What's the greatest? Oh gosh, you know, you have all these laws. What's the biggest, greatest, most important commandment? Okay? And Jesus said, love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind. Is there anything left?
No.
There's nothing left over. Did he say with your body? Why? Why do you think?
because when we die,
Yeah.
the body doesn't.
Right. This is all spiritual. Remember he said that he was going to give you a brand new what?
Life.
Heart.
Heart.
And put his what? Spirit in
Okay.
you. Right. Brand new. Okay? But he says, love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your what?
Mind.
And he said, this is the first and what?
Greatest
And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Now, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. We talked about relationship earlier. How is the only way you can end up in a loving relationship? How? What do you have to spend that you cannot get back? You can't manufacture this. You can't create this. What is that one thing, the most valuable thing that you have, aside from salvation? It's what? Time. It always fascinates me when people say, oh yeah, you know what? Oh gosh, you know what? I need to do this. I need to make what?
Time.
Yeah, time. Okay? Raise your hand if you can make time. Okay, can you make me like just
I
an
thought you
extra-
said make time for the Lord.
No. Oh, okay. I like what you're saying now. You can't make time. You can't make it. In the course of your day, you can only do what? Schedule things. You can only say, in this amount of time I will do this. In this amount of time I'll do this. From 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock I will do this. From 4 o'clock to 4:30 I will mow my lawn, make it look nice, cut the roses, try not to get pricked by the thorns, and try to not get bit by mosquitoes. But I can't make time. I have to do something with the time that I have. Now, in a loving relationship, you need to spend time. Now, next, is it possible that in our relationship with Jesus, that we have what are called idols? Idols are things that come between us and who?
The Lord.
Right. Things that come between us and God. Things that we willingly put there. And they may be good things. Is it possible that we have idols that come between us in that relationship so we do not fall in love with the one that's already in love with us? Are we doing the same thing? Are we claiming to love someone that we really don't know? And then what happens when two people who claim they know each other really don't know each other? Times get tough. And then what? You know, yeah, it can happen. They get what? They separate, and then what might happen next? They get a divorce, right? Is it possible that we are putting our relationship with the Lord at risk because we are not doing what?
Spending time.
Is it possible? Maybe we're not spending time. Maybe we're not falling in love. We're going around saying, oh yeah, I love the Lord. Yeah, oh, I love the Lord. Oh, I love the Lord. But we're just saying that. And we really haven't developed that relationship with Him. Which who wants?
The Lord.
Because He's what? He's in what with us?
In love.
He's in love with us. He created us. Raise your hand if you have little brothers and sisters. Except for the ones that leak. Aren't they cute? Aren't they beautiful? You see their tiny little fingers, their tiny little toes. They put their little foot in your mouth. You go, and they laugh, they giggle. It's like, you know, I don't know if you ever done this when they're lying down. You put your head on their stomach.
Oh,
And they start laughing. It's so cute. God loves us. And as we get older, He wants to have a more mature relationship with us where we're following Him and we're listening to Him. Okay? But is it possible that we are doing things that keep us from having a stronger relationship, a stronger love? Is it possible? Raise your hand if you think it's possible. Yes. Now, we talked about idols. Does anybody here think you have an idol?
No, it's not. Maybe.
No, not me.
No, I have
someone.
Someone. Oh, it's
And
somebody.
I know.
No names, no names, no names.
What?
She goes, "Arr."
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible that we already know what our idols are?